Let's welcome anchor Vaughn Biggs. He is a community engagement and outreach coordinator at Holy Cross Health, a vice chair of the Ryan White Part A Planning Council, and a board member of Trans Ed and Harmony Waves. Vaughn, the second annual Parenting with Pride Summit is on July 29th. Tell me what's happening out.
That's right, Alex. The second annual Parenting with Pride Summit will take place on Tuesday, July 29th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., bringing together families, educators, and allies of LGBTQ youth from across Florida. Held virtually, this year's theme, Pride in Every Backpack, Parent Tools for a Safe, Supported School Year, will guide powerful sessions on legal rights, wellness, and inclusive education. Attendees can expect interactive workshops, a dynamic expert education panel, and vital tools for self-care and advocacy. A keynote speaker will share personal stories to inspire resilience and action. Organized for parents, caregivers, teachers, and community leaders, the summit will serve as a space to learn, heal, and prepare for the new school year with pride. For registration and full details, reach the organizers at parentingwithpride.org. It's so important, especially in Florida's, environment when it comes to our school children, and to be there to be supportive of them, and for parents to have tools that can help them with their children, because a lot of times parents don't really even know how to navigate themselves, to help the students. So this is a great opportunity to learn that from the expert.
Well, especially if you have a much younger kid who is coming in terms with their sexuality, and because we see children coming out younger and younger because they have more exposure to LGBT lifestyles, and so parents need those tools, especially to help not only their child in school but out of school. When the child comes home and they've either been bullied by fellow students or even sometimes the teachers, especially here in Florida. The parents really do need to have kind of those tools, where to go, how to cope with it, and how to help their child through that transition.
But it's also important for the staff of those schools, the LGBTQ allies who are trying to navigate a very treacherous and sometimes razor-thin legal moment for them, to try and give respect to the child, give respect to the parents, be realistic to the moment, and still be a support base without, getting into drama that is unnecessary.
And that's why it's important, I think, to have parents participate.
Yeah.
Because teachers cannot say things, so parents who are educated and aware and can talk to each other, connections are usually more important here than the education of these things. So hopefully they will learn to connect with each other. I know some queer parents with great kids who have those tools because they have each other. Hopefully this brings people together. So.
Exactly. This is such an important problem. Like, parents that are queer kids and queer parents, they still have rights in this country, and it's so important. And even as someone myself who is willfully childless, I enjoy hearing about these sorts of events. And Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you at the second annual Parenting with Pride Summit on July 29th. That is a big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.